Ursula von der Leyen and European Council President during the summit in Beijing. Laura Westbrook reports.
Ahead of the summit, EU officials said they were ready for frank conversations, while state news agency Xinhua said that China is a critical partner to Europe, not a systemic rival. But despite this, there is little optimism in Brussels that anything significant will emerge from the summit. One of the main issues is the Russia-Ukraine war. The EU imposed sanctions last week on 2 Chinese banks for their role in supplying Russia. Trade is also a concern, with the EU imposing tariffs on Chinese-made electric vehicles last year. Beijing responded with retaliatory tariffs on European liquor. And this year, China also raised export controls on rare earths and critical minerals. Laura Westbrook, Hong Kong.
From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
From the studios of Extreme Sports in Hastings, Nebraska, we present Huddle Up, a great way to start your day with all the news, weather, and sports you need, interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from 2 guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy, Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports, and welcome to a Thursday, the 24th day of July for 2025. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way with all of your news. Saturday at Omaha Creighton Prep, Hastings Sodbusters had their game with the Nebraska Prospects rained out last night. Those 2 teams will play a couple of games today out of Duncan. The Royals picked up a win over the Chicago Cubs last night, and the coaches have been named for the 2026 Shrine Bowl football game, and it's got a little bit of a local flavor. We'll dive into that here this morning as we get you up and get you going, as we welcome in Tyson Havronic from the Western Studios here this morning. Good.
And a good morning. First, a couple topics we're probably going to dive into today. But can we start with the Legion baseball brackets here this morning? To me, from the outside looking in perspective, we win the area tournament and we're going out to basically have Hastings take on the world. Hastings versus the Metro. It doesn't look like it's a great draw.
But that
5 points.
That happened several years ago when Class A decided to play 2 different state tournaments. The whole idea behind the 2 state tournaments was to get more Omaha teams involved. That's just the way it is, and that's the case every year where we have just a couple of teams that are going to represent state Nebraska up against the world, so to speak, against the Omaha and Lincoln teams. And yeah, a majority of the teams are from Omaha and Lincoln, and Hastings will have a tough road in the state tournament. Fremont is in, and Hastings is in for the seniors tournament. We've got Kearney and Grand Island are going to be playing at Ryder Park, basically our local flavor. And in the juniors, so we've got Kearney Misco or Kearney Pinnacle Bank. Other than that, they're all Lincoln and Omaha teams.
Yeah.
When you went to this 2 state tournaments that we have several years ago when we developed this new system, it's basically a lot of the Omaha teams, they get in. They were whining because they didn't have representation in the old system, and now we're basically playing like a conference tournament with the Omaha teams.
Yeah, I mean, it just feels like you're bracing up for battle, and it's like you get this big area tournament victory. You think there's going to be kind of a reward in that, and it puts us right smack dab in the Metro, playing Metro teams. So it's going to be a tough road. But like I was telling some of the baseball dads yesterday, you're going to have to beat them anyway at some point. So this will be in this national division tournament out in Papillion. But just, stacked up, really tough competition here in the state baseball tournament.
The first round opponent, however, I was diving into them a little bit this morning. Westview is going to be the first round opponent for Hastings on Saturday. They are 17-23-1. Now, granted, the competition that maybe the Omaha teams have played might be a little different than what we have out here. But, yeah, they're 17-23-1. They lost to Elkhorn North 7-3 in the final day of the Area 3 tournament. So their record might be a little bit deceiving, but they're 17-23-1, losing to Elkhorn North final day of the Area 3 tournament. So
pushing their way into this state tournament. Hastings also, to their credit, you talk about the level of competition that these teams face. Like Hastings went to Kansas City. They went out to Colorado. They did play some different competition that I think is going to prepare them well for this stage. So, yeah, brackets are unveiled and everything getting going Saturday.
Yeah, 4 o'clock starting time, by the way, for the Hastings game on Saturday at Papillion La Vista South. We'll have the action for you here on Extreme Sports, your exclusive home for Legion Baseball for summer 2025, and this went by in a hurry. Postseason, 3:45 for the pregame on Saturday, 4 o'clock first pitch from Papillion La Vista South. On your mind here today?
Nothing much.
No, you said you had a couple of things you want to bring up right off of the bat.
Well, and there is something that I think that we'll address at some point here, and maybe dive into the issue a little bit further. I guess I am not uncommon that it's for me to put foot in mouth and make kind of a comment on social media just out of a knee-jerk reaction, which was similar to what we saw last night. And talking about weather side, right? You mentioned on the top of the sports broadcast, Hastings Sunsters out last night. I think it sprinkled a little bit here. And so, and I'm not putting the blame on any local organization, and I want that to be crystal clear when I'm talking about like the weather recently. My actually to bash administration decided that they would go ahead and cut budget out of the National Weather Service office, budget out of the Federal Emergency Management Agency, and what we're seeing not just in central Nebraska, but across the board. You look at the flooding down in Texas and the little amount of warning time that they had for potential weather that they got. I mean, they got a flash warning, but there was no inclination that the severity was going to be what it was. They didn't talk about how much rain was going to be down in that short amount of time. Flash forward to what we've seen the past couple of days, talking about potential for severe weather activity, and we've been monitoring, and sure, there has been severe weather in the state, but the pinpoint on it, the accuracy on it, and I know it's always unpredictable, but it just seems to me like we've seen a little bit more instability and inaccuracy in terms of the location we've had in the past couple of years. And I think, again, I made the comment last night that was because of a conversation I was having with somebody that's working in the National Weather Service office and said that they have been trying best with the models that they have to put out the forecasts. What happened is at the national level, you lost a lot of seniority. You lost a lot of experience in place of, AI can do it. Computers can do it. And you're taking massive amounts of experience out of the field, years and years of research on these weather events, and the forecast models had gotten really good. And this summer, I think they've just lacked a little bit. We were told that we were going to be destined for weather activity at some point last night. And 20 miles to the north, yeah, we got the side skirted from that weather event. I get it, but it's tough for me when you get sprinkles, essentially, and you've had to cancel events. We use that weather service to, like, monitor the outdoor activities and put these things together. And when we're shooing people away because we think there's going to be weather and then nothing happens, we look like we have egg on our face. And I was doing it at the national level, upset at what's going on there with the models they have. I want to make that crystal clear. Like, I'm not attacking anybody local, no local meteorologist whatsoever. I think they do a damn good job. But I think that what they're looking at has been altered a little bit. So, no conspiracy theories, no nothing. I just was mad at the administration and wanted to break a little bit, and didn't fight anybody.
Yeah, so we might have a discussion on that coming up.
There's a possibility.
So we'll see what happens today. You're waking up with Mike this morning. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Had a very interesting conversation yesterday with Tim Stroman, head baseball coach at Central, a youth baseball coach. We had him in here for 2 hours yesterday. So if you missed the episode yesterday, go to our podcast section on the social media sites and download the podcast and listen to that. He had a lot of interesting things to say. And, the podcast is blowing up on the social media sites for people downloading that. So if you'd like to listen to the show from today, I encourage you to do so, especially if you got the kids involved in youth sports. A lot of things are pointed toward parents and how they handle certain situations at baseball games and things like that, and talked about some traveling teams that have popped up that kids are playing on nowadays. So if you'd like to listen to that again, go to the podcast section and listen to yesterday's show.
Yeah, and what a conversation that has been generated since that show on social media as that episode continues to circulate and make its way through. And I think a conversation that we are going to start hearing more and more of as the evolution of youth sports continues, and where it's gone from 10 years ago. That was one of the interesting side notes, as we're having this conversation after we wrapped up. We have 10 years gap between when I was coaching 8U ball to when I was coaching 8 and 9-year-olds, and just how far the game has changed even since then, and certainly since Tim and I were kids 20 years ago. It's rapid, and I think that there needs to be some discussion among the leaders of some of these travel programs as far as its impact. And at the end of the day, I think the ultimate message is, especially when we're talking like 10U and lower, let kids be kids. Let kids be kids. Let them have a summer. I saw a post from a travel ball team that my family plays on in Missouri that are preparing for fall ball. Fall ball. They got wrapped up with their summer season. Great season, kids. Now let's get ready for fall ball. Tryouts start Monday.
Are you kidding me?
Fall ball. Missouri.
And how old are these kids?
This is 12U.
Wow. So they play the entire summer, and now we're getting for the fall season?
No strapping up the pads. No being a multi-sport athlete. No soccer. No golf. It's straight back to baseball. You played an entire summer, and now get ready for fall ball.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about yesterday. Exactly what we were talking about yesterday. Sometimes, yes, sometimes it needs to stop. So anyway, if you didn't listen to the show yesterday, make time your busy schedule today to download the podcast and to listen to what Tim had to say. Update, KU update. No waving of the wheat this morning. No waving of the wheat. The Kansas alumni team was hosted by the Heartfire in the Sweet 16 with a game-winning shot. So Kansas alumni team goes down in that TBT little thing that they had going that Ryan Martin was keeping us up to date on. Notice he didn't call in and talk about Kansas today. He just sent us a little blur. He sent us a little blur. No waving of the wheat this morning. The Kansas alumni team ousted in Sweet 16 by the Heart Fire.
Good run.
Good run for the Kansas alumni team, but no waving of the wheat this morning. Damn. I'm hoping to get my wheat out.
Speaking of teams that are lost, I guess, let's say that. Cardinals. My goodness, St. Louis.
What happened there?
Well, they got shut out. And not only did they shut out, they got shut out by the Rockies.
Yeah, the Colorado Rockies. That was a list. Colorado shuts out St. Louis 6-0 last night. That is the first shut for the Colorado Rockies that they have recorded in 220 games. The third longest in Major League history. The last time they shut out a team was on May 15th of 2024 in Colorado.
That has been said by the St. Louis Cardinals that you're excited about. The 220 games modern day record, the modern era record. That record had not been broken.
Well, I've got the deals here. The only major league team since at least 1901
Wow.
to go more than 200 games without a shutout victory. I said it was the third longest in Major League Baseball history.
Yep.
Going back, the Washington Senators, they went 303 games without a doubt from 18. And 98 games anybody from 1897 to 1899. So that happened in a long, long time. Colorado goes 220 games without shutting out anybody until they did last night with a 6-0 win over your St. Louis Cardinals. How does that make you feel, Lauren?
Makes me feel like it's time to get the next administration, which I've been saying since before the All-Star break. But never mind, I'm not going to be a broken record today. Here's what else it does for St. Louis. They're no longer on the buyer's side of the trade deadline. They are now sellers. This is a really good mansion that is going to be getting a lot of furniture that is going to be moving out. And some of the star players and some of the big names, some of the faces, St. Louis is going to blow up and do a build and get ready for a brand new administration and do it all over again. They are 2-9 in their last 11 games. They've lost 2 games in a row. They are now 1 game over 500, and after being at one point half a game behind the first place at that time Chicago Cubs, now Milwaukee Brewers, because they're playing insane baseball. Now 9.5 back.
Sale.
And you've done that since the turn of the calendar for July. The disaster.
Fire sale going on in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Blow it up.
By everybody, I guess. It sucks. And what really is frustrating is names that I have been shouting at my top of my lungs. Spring training. What the hell is Eric Fetty doing in the rotation? And I'm eyeball testing this, and I'm seeing this unfold all season long. And I'm screaming at TV, why is this guy a major league pitcher? We finally CFA'd him. We finally said no more. You're designated for assignment. It took you till July to realize that? I could have told you in April. Why are fans putting better making better decisions in the front office. And the attendance has sucked. It's record lows in St. Louis. I hate looking at it. An empty Busch Stadium is the most depressing thing to me as a Cardinals fan, as a baseball fan, to see that thing empty, because that should be one of the proudest damn ball franchises. And
you know somebody that did fill Busch Stadium recently.
Who's that?
The Savannah Bananas.
Oh, sold it out.
Yeah, they sold it out not one night, but 2 nights.
Shocker.
2 nights in a row.
When you put it in a product worth watching, like the Savannah Bananas, who, by the way, speaking of the Savannah Bananas, we got news on them. They bought a NASCAR.
Well, they're going to sponsor a NASCAR.
They sponsored a NASCAR. Yeah.
They're going to, I think, run at Indy this weekend as a sponsor on an Xfinity team. I read that yesterday. I saw the car. Yeah, so the Savannah Bananas are going to be on an Xfinity race team this weekend. I just thought as you were talking about attendance at St. Louis, the Savannah Bananas, they went in there and sold a joint out for 2 games in a row.
They've done everything, whether it's Clemson's Death Valley or Boston's Fenway Park or St. Louis Busch Stadium.
They're going to be out in Colorado here.
And they're going to head out to tours.
I don't think it's this weekend. I think it's next weekend.
They'll sell out that too.
Oh, yeah, it's already sold out.
That's the most entertaining product on the planet right now. Banana baseball. It's entertainment.
I saw it for the first time last season. I think it was hanging out at I think it was at the lake the first time I saw it, and then they had it on the TV set. I said, what is this? What is this going on? I didn't know anything about the Savannah Bananas. And then I dove into it a little bit and got into a conversation, and I've caught them a couple of times. They're good. They're like the Harlem Globetrotters of my era. If people are wanting to know what the Savannah Bananas are, they're like the Harlem Globetrotters when we were growing up, bat ball, doing all their shenanigans that they pulled off.
Yeah.
Well, now the Bananas are doing it with baseball.
It's the kind of the same show, but it's entertaining. It's fun to watch, and kudos to Jesse Cole and everything he's done. And I've really taken to, in terms of my style of how I work at Sodbuster games and how I interact with the crowds, I watch a lot of Jesse Cole videos because he's like one of the most inspirational speakers of all time, talking about how bad people fail and how they use failure to make their products better and not just quit. Like, I love watching that. And just the way he talks about how they interact with fans and how special it is, how they make fans of the game for life. I've tried to kind of moniker that with my, or mirror that, I should say, with my own style over at the Sodbuster game. So you get a chance to watch Banana Ball. Comment section rolling in. Speaking of baseball teams that are upset this morning, Chief Indorf was happy that the Cubs lost to the Royals, but then noticed that the Rockies shut out the Cardinals, so he didn't feel so bad. Royals take 2 of 3 from the Cubs. This is Ryan Martin chirping back. Tyler Tolbert gets first home run. Fans throw it back onto the field so he could collect his home run ball without negotiating. And then says Indorf, I like it when Fedde pitches against the Cubs. Well, he's not going to do that anymore. He's DFA'd, and his career is essentially over.
All right, waking up with Mike and Tyson. I still got plenty more to get to, and we'll do that after the news break here. It is 7:23. You're listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Nebraska Task Force 1 is back in Nebraska. The 45-member group spent the last 2 weeks helping aid flood recovery efforts in Texas. Nebraska Task Force 1, one of 28 groups in the National Disaster Response System. Normally, those groups are deployed and managed under the Federal Emergency Management Agency. This situation was unique, though, in that the deployment was directed under the authority of Governor Pillen through the Nebraska Emergency Management Act. Now, for what it's worth, FEMA has faced significant budget cuts and workforce reductions under the current administration, potentially hindering its ability to respond effectively to disasters, and some government officials and citizens have expressed concerns that these actions could leave the nation more vulnerable to future disasters. Speaking of cuts, the Nebraska SNAP program, or Supplemental Nutrition Assistance, this was administered by the Nebraska Extension since 1992, and it will cease operations at the end of the month after federal funding for the program was eliminated. 10 staff positions, as well as several graduate and student worker positions supported by the SNAP Ed funding, will be eliminated. Nebraska Extension receives approximately $2 million in funding annually from SNAP Ed programming to help supplemental nutrition assistance eligible Nebraskans adopt healthy habits, stretch their benefits, and combat obesity. Central Community College has received $1.5 million in student support services grant from the Nebraska Department of Education. The TRIO program provides additional resources to low-income and disabled individuals, as well as students who are the first in their family to attend college. The goal, to help them overcome barriers and achieve their education goals, whether that is earning a degree from CCC or transferring to a four-year college or a university. The college received its first TRIO support services grant back in 2000 and is required to apply for its renewal every 5 years. Howard County Sheriff's Office investigating a fatal accident that was reported this weekend, occurring about 4 miles southwest of Palmer. Vehicle traveling eastbound on a rural road, the driver, Richard Klaus of Palmer, lost control and rolled the vehicle, causing him to be ejected. He was pronounced deceased a short time later at the Howard County Medical Center. It's now 7:26. We'll swing things back over to you, Mike. What's going on in sports?
Well, 3 Nebraska volleyball players have been named to the AVCA Player of the Year watch list. Andy Jackson, Harper Murray, and Bergen Riley are among the 30 players on the list. Additional players will be named to the list in October, and the semifinalists will be named in November. Finalists will be announced on December the 15th, and the Player of the Year award will be presented in Kansas City at the AVCA Awards Banquet on December the 19th. Hastings 5 Points Bank will play Omaha Westview on Saturday in the first round of the American Division of the Class A State Baseball Tournament at Papillion La Vista South. The Chiefs are 29-9 in the season after winning the Area 7 tournament on Monday. Westview is 17-23-1 and lost to Elkhorn North 7-3 in the final day of the Area 3 tournament. First pitch will be at 4 o'clock. We'll have the game on Extreme Sports beginning with the pregame show at 3:45. In the other games, Bellevue West will play Millard South at 10, followed by Fremont against Gretna East at 1. The 7 o'clock game will pit Papillion South against Lincoln Southwest. In the National Division at Ryder Park in Grand Island, Elkhorn North will play Papillion at 10, followed by Lincoln North Star against Bennington at 1. At 4 o'clock, Lincoln East will play Omaha Creighton Prep, followed by Grand Island Home Federal against Kearney Miscos. Those two teams will be playing each other for the 6th time this season. Class A Juniors Tournament will get underway on Saturday at Omaha Creighton Prep at 10. Millard North will play Bennington, followed by Lincoln North Star against Millard South. At 4, Papillion will play Lincoln East, followed by Omaha Creighton Prep against Kearney Pinnacle Bank. Elkhorn won the Class B Junior State Championship last night with an 11-0 win over West Point. West Point beat McCook earlier in the day, 11-3. Malcolm won the Class C Junior State Championship for the 4th year in a row. Malcolm beat Meridian Tri-County in the championship game, 8-0. Hastings Sodbusters game with the Nebraska Prospects was rained out last night. Two teams will play a doubleheader today beginning at 4:05 at Duncan Field. And the Kansas City Royals beat the Chicago Cubs 8-4 last night. Royals open up a series with the Cleveland Indians on Friday at Kauffman Stadium. First pitch will be at 7:10. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:29 on Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones. starting off Thursday morning with a little patchy fog. And if you don't like the heat and humidity, good news today and tomorrow. We get a break from the heat. 82 is the high today. Mostly cloudy skies. Overnight tonight, we'll have a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. 67 is the low. 79, only the high on Friday. Another chance for area showers and storms off and on during the day. Friday night, 65. Then we're back to the weekend. More sunshine, more heat and humidity with 90s through the weekend.
Right now in Hastings, we have cloudy skies. It is 68 in Hastings. Winds out of the north at 6 miles per hour. As you wake up with Mike and Tyson, this is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the advanced funeral planning specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Vollen Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Get ready, race fans. Cam Raceway is teaming up with Extreme Sports for an electrifying season of high-speed, dirt-slinging, adrenaline-pumping action. Every race night, we're bringing you live video coverage straight from the track, so you won't miss a single lap, pass, or photo finish. From non-wing warriors to cage karts, flat karts, and the A-class wing beasts, we've got it all. There's nothing like the roar of the engines, the smell of burning rubber, and the rush of dirt flying action right in front of you. So get to the track and experience it live. But if you can't make it, don't sweat. Extreme Sports has you covered. Buckle up, because this season is going to be fast, fierce, and unforgettable. Make sure you like and follow Extreme Sports on Facebook to get all the latest updates, and we will see you at the track.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboards and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
Mike Will, Tyson and Veronica with you. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports for a Thursday. Now what has happened to the month of July? We're at the 24th day of July as you wake up and get going this morning. We thought June went by in a hurry. July is just blown by because we've been so involved with baseball. Right. It's been like every single day we've got something going. And here it is now, the end of July. We got working into our final week of the month of July. Then it's August. You know what that means. Kids back to school. The pads will be popping on the football practice field, and we'll be getting back into the swing of things for the 2025-2026 sports season. Just like that.
Just like that. Yeah, I don't know where June went, let alone July.
It's a whole summer. The whole season has been blowing by.
It's been a blur. Lou Dog chiming in on the comment section, taking the boys to a minor league game last night. It went extra, so a little bonus baseball for the night. Also, a reminder that he wanted to put out, Nebraska Little League, which I believe Kearney, representing the state of Nebraska. They're taking on Illinois this morning, and that is going to be a 8 a.m. start, so bright and early.
Yeah, they're probably taking infield right now.
Probably as we speak. What the hell are you doing playing a game at 8 o'clock in the morning? Good God.
At least it won't be hot. Hopefully. Waking up with Mike and Tyson.
Baseball, baby.
Yeah. Huddle up today here on Extreme Sports. A couple of the things happened in the baseball world last night. Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah.
He homered for the 5th consecutive game,
Whoa.
tying a Los Angeles Dodgers franchise record. New York Yankees star Aaron Judge was the last player to homer in 5 straight games, accomplishing that feat last year. Because Ohtani currently leads the National League with 37 home runs, so he's homered in 5 straight games now. He's got his swing back. He's rolling along. Also, Bryce Harper. He hit his 350th home run of his career last night. 4 other Phillies teammates also went deep, but that wasn't enough. They lost to the Boston Red Sox last night. Harper becomes the 105th player in Major League Baseball history to reach 350 homers in a career, and is the 8th active player to accomplish that feat. So good job there by Shohei Ohtani, and also Bryce Harper accomplishing feats last night.
The night before that, Ohtani was like one of the first players in quite some time, I think since the 70s, to give up a home run pitching and then turn around at the plate and hit a home run in the same inning. And I think they had said that was the first time that had happened since way back in the 70s.
Justin Verlander broke a 16-game winless streak last night in San Francisco, beat Atlanta 9-3.
Let's go.
He only allowed 1 hit, overcame 5 walks, including 3 in the first inning, to throw 5 scoreless innings last night to pick up the win. It was Verlander's first win since September 28th of last year when he was with the Houston Astros.
Get the monkey off the back, baby.
Yeah, he picked up a career win number 263 in his last win back on September 28th of last year. Verlander, now 1-8 on the season, was winless this year in his first 16 starts, the longest stretch by a Giants pitcher in a single season in franchise history. So Justin Verlander, he gets the monkey off of his back.
One of those pitchers, we were talking about that yesterday with Rich Hill, 45 years old, taking the bump. And, Verlander's one of those guys. I think he's throw Charlie Morton and Sammy Kershaw. Clayton Kershaw. Sammy Kershaw,
he's a singer. He's a singer.
Clayton Kershaw, you throw him into the mix. And, I love cheering for the old guys. Win one for us, guys.
Yeah, I think Verlander's like 42.
Yep.
Rich Hill, is he gonna make another start for the Royals anytime soon?
Again, I don't think he pitched that bad.
He didn't last night, or 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago. That's a decent line for him. He got a little shaky start, but that was a lot of due to the Royals defensively. So, man, I'd give him another go. It's better than their current options. Hell, I'd take Rich Hill on my pitching staff right now in St. Louis in comparison to what we've got.
Yeah, come up on your fantasy baseball team.
Oh, I'm getting...
Are you stacked?
No, well, Chiefs beating me in one league. The other league, I'm fine. The other league, I'm cruising. But Chiefs got a pretty good grip on the lead right now. 50-point lead heading into the weekend, and I don't see a path with my starting pitching that I'm going to be able to lap him. So
you ought to pick up Rich Hill.
Should spot start Rich Hill.
Again, he pitched 5 innings the other night, gave up 3 runs, 6 hits, walked 2, struck out 1. Not too shabby for a 45-year-old pitcher.
No, not at all.
So, anyway, the Royals taking 2 out of 3 from the Cubbies. They're flying high.
I was really excited, I would have been excited that they took 2 of 3. We had a really good opportunity. You guys take 2 of 3 from the Cubs, and we're playing the Rockies. But guess what? The Rockies take 2 of 3 from St. Louis.
Shut the Cardinals out last night.
And shut them out.
I had to remind you of that again.
And then we're going to ship out the roster, and the rebuild starts. And this is
That's always fun.
Like, this is hard for me as a baseball fan because I mentally check out if St. Louis is not doing well. If my favorite team doesn't really have a shot, it's really hard for me to get into Major League Baseball. I keep watching 2 teams when the playoffs start, but now it's going to be tough. Normally I follow all season long, but if your team goes into total rebuild mode and we're throwing up the white flag before the trade deadline and we're sellers,
Are you at that point?
Yeah.
Are you at that point?
Without a doubt.
You're out?
Everybody, well, I'm going to watch carefully to see how this trade deadline unfolds. My guess is we're going to be sellers, and at the first inclination that we're going to be sellers, the first star to fall out of St. Louis, we're all in on college football. And
you're going to grab your bats and balls, and you're going to put them in the closet?
Yep. I'll be done. I'll be done until the postseason starts.
That happens a lot with you with St. Louis sports. Maybe you ought to consider following a different city.
That sounds awful.
Oh, you did it with football. The Rams. When the Rams left,
they were bad.
Well, when the Rams left St. Louis, then you've been honking on them ever since.
Yeah.
And now the Cardinals are going to probably blow up things down there. We already know they're going to have a new manager.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're going to blow that up, and now your cards, the white flag is up on the cards.
I'm not like going to bash them. I'm just going to put them on the shelf for a little while. We'll come back and we'll grab you again in April when it's time to get excited for Cardinals baseball. When everybody has a chance, when all the records are 0-0, and you're watching the standings, and the Cardinals win the first game, and the rest of the Central loses, and you get a social media post that says, "If only the season ends today," and you look back on that with fond memories because you could have been in the postseason.
Another reason the Major League Baseball season is too long.
Oh,
fans like you are checking out here at the end of July. See, now that would be all right. You're checking out. Season is over for the Royals or the Cardinals, and that would be all right. Let's get the playoffs started in August.
No.
And let's World Series Labor Day weekend.
No.
I know we've been in this discussion before. See, this is a perfect example. You're checking out. You're going to put baseball on the back burner, and this is a great time for the playoff runs for Major League Baseball teams, and we'll play the World Series Labor Day weekend, get it over, and then the scene shifts to college football. Am I on the island with this? Probably with your purist baseball people I am.
I just don't think that there's...
It won't get done because there's too much money in baseball.
Well, yeah, and there's no such thing as too much baseball. Like, you talk to baseball people, I stand corrected. I mean, having just done 11 straight days of baseball, it got a little long, but I don't know.
Oh, I'm going to ask you to go to Omaha this weekend.
There's no such thing as bad baseball. I don't have the weekend off, unfortunately. Anyways. Yeah, there's no such thing as bad baseball. I mean, I can see the argument. I can see the argument to be done and wrapped up by football. but it's never going to happen.
It won't happen.
We're way too much money.
Well, that'd be blowing off a whole
month.
What, about 5 weeks? 5 weeks of the regular season.
That's 5 weeks.
Plan.
5 weeks of revenue that could be generated at MLB ballpark. You're not going to tell an owner that we're going to shorten anything. Shorten any opportunities to expand revenue.
But in a perfect world, that would be my solution. We would be getting it ready for the playoffs right now, month of August, maybe after the first week of the month of August. Then we would start the Major League Baseball playoffs like the second week, and we'd wrap up things and get to the World Series by Labor Day weekend. That's what I would do.
It seems too short for me.
We started the damn season back in April.
It just seems too short. It seems like not enough baseball.
You know, I was thinking last night as I put stuff together, I've been involved with baseball this year since March.
Yeah.
Because we started Hastings College baseball in March right after the state tournament for basketball. Then we moved into the high school season. Then we moved into the league season. So I've been involved with since the third weekend of March. I've been involved with baseball. And now we got a state tournament this weekend at the end of July. That's March, April, May, June, July. That's one of the longest seasons ever. And Major League Baseball is the same way. You got started in April. And now you can't see me ending the season in August.
No.
I know it'll never happen because of the money issue, but in the perfect world, that would be a great case. Yeah, see, Lou Dog's already checking. You hang out with too many purists of baseball. Lou Dog says, no way, keep it like it is.
Keep it like it is.
And I will tell you the story. College football is on, sports bar in September. You walk in any weekend and say, hey, can you flip over the Major League Baseball playoffs up on TV? And everybody looks at you and say, is baseball still going on? Who's even playing?
Demographically and geographically, I think you're 100% accurate. This region, in particular, the baseball purists are the ones that are on the island because once football starts, everybody forgets about baseball. And in Nebraska, that's absolutely 100% true because Husker football is a religion around here. It's the song of our people. This is how we communicate through Huskers. It literally affects our mood on Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Because we are so invested.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yes, around here on a college football Saturday, if you were to go into a sports bar during the World Series and ask them to change the channel to baseball, you would be very frowned upon. You go anywhere that isn't maybe such a passionate fan base. Don't go to the South, although the South does love themselves some baseball. But more on the college front. Go to California, go to New York. It's still the most popular sport amongst the fans.
You got California, New York.
Like the big metropolitan areas, right?
Yeah, the big metros.
Where the centers of the population congregate. I would wager to guess that would still have on the World Series over college football Saturday. There's people out on the coast that don't give a damn about college football. I mean, look at UCLA, the Rose Bowl during UCLA home games. See how many people there? That thing, it holds, God knows, 90,000, 100,000 people. That's never full. And in fact, it's like an empty big stadium, and it's kind of embarrassing. And just because people in California have better things to do than college football. It's not their passion. It's not their drive. It's not what motivates them to get out of bed in the morning. Here, in Nebraska, yeah, football's king, and I get it.
All right, so you're kind of on my side.
I'm kind of on your side, and
nice.
I'm especially on your side when my team folds in the middle of July.
At 7:49, waking up with Mike and Tyson. This is Huddle Up here this morning. If you'd like to give us a call, we thought we'd have a call earlier, but he hasn't called in yet. 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. 402-834-1330. Thing that we have discussed here today. You'd like to chime in? Well, chime in. Go ahead and give us a call. Maybe leave us a message on our social media sites. We're monitoring that as well. One other thing I wanted to get to, the coaching staff name the 2026 Shrine Bowl football game, the 68th annual Nebraska Shrine Bowl football game. It's going to be played on Saturday, June 6th of next year, 2026. Mark it down in your calendar. Ron and Carol Cole Stadium on the University of Nebraska Kearney campus. And amongst the coaches for the South team, this is going to be Josh Lewis.
All right.
Of Adams Central. He's going to be an assistant coach on the South team. The head coach is going to be Aaron Tuman. Is that right? Let me double check this here. No, he's going to be one of the assistant coaches as well. Bennington head coach Cameron Linhart is going to lead the North team, and Sioux head coach Jamie Upner is going to be the head coach of the South team. So Lewis will be one of the South assistant coaches, along with Aaron Tuman of Bellevue West, Jake McLean out of Holdridge, Mitch Shepard from Thayer Central, Wade Miller of Seward, and Brian Lauk out of Lincoln Northwest. The assistant coaches for the North team will be Kurt Altig of North Platte, Troy Sluter from Arlington, Jim Clarkson from Clarkson Lee, Brandon Mimick from Bennington, Zach Bird from Fort Calhoun, and Tony Coda of Raymond Central. So congratulations to Josh Lewis of Adams Central, an assistant coach for the South team in next year's Shrine Bowl football game.
The coach for Clarkson Lee has the Clarkson?
Yeah.
That's ironic.
Jim Clarkson. Jim Clarkson.
From Clarkson Lee. Yeah. They named the school after him.
He's so good, he's going to be an assistant coach to the North team.
How do they, do you know how they determine the coaches?
I have no idea.
It seems kind of random. I think they just draw them out of a hat. It appears. Or unless there's service or application process. I don't know.
There's probably a committee or somebody. Number one, you got some coaches that are available during this summer.
Right.
Not everybody's available during the summer. So, I don't know.
That's a nice honor, though.
Maybe your peers might have something to do with it.
They had Kevin Stein was last year.
Yep.
Or this past summer, I should say.
Yep.
So
Kevin Stein.
Nice.
Anyway.
Local flavor.
All right. 7:52. Waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning on Extreme.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
We start first with Nebraska Task Force 1 as they are back in Nebraska, the 45-member group spending the last 2 weeks to help aid the flood recovery efforts in Texas. Nebraska Task Force 1, one of 28 groups in the National Disaster Response System. Now, normally these groups are deployed and managed under the Federal Emergency Management Agency. This situation was unique, however, in that the deployment was directed under the authority of Governor Jim Pillen through the Nebraska Emergency Management Act. Circling back to FEMA, the Federal Emergency Management Agency has faced significant budget cuts, as you might know, and workforce reduction under the administration. This all potentially hindering its ability to respond effectively to disasters, and some government officials have expressed concerns that these actions could leave the nation more vulnerable to future disasters. Speaking of cuts, the Nebraska Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program Education Program, which is administered by the Nebraska Extension since 1992, It'll cease operations at the end of the month after federal funding for the program was axed. 10 staff positions, as well as several graduate and student worker positions supported by the SNAP Ed funding, will be eliminated. Nebraska Extension received approximately $2 million in funding annually for the program to help a supplemental nutrition assistance program eligible Nebraskans adopt healthy habits, stretch their benefits, and combat obesity. And we have news out of Howard County, as the Howard County Sheriff's Office is investigating a fatal accident that was reported this weekend, occurring 4 miles southwest Palmer. Vehicle traveling eastbound on a rural road, driven by Richard Klaus of Palmer, lost control and rolled. He was pronounced deceased a short time later at the Howard County Medical Center. 5 minutes until 8 o'clock. Let's head back over to the East Side Studios. Back down in sports.
Well, 3 Nebraska volleyball players have been named to the AVCA Player of the Year watch list. Andy Jackson, Harper Murray, and Bergen Riley are among the 30 players on the list. Additional players will be named to the list in October, and the semifinalists will be named in November. Finalists will be announced on December the 15th, and the Player of the Year award will be presented in Kansas City at the ABCA Awards Banquet on December the 19th. Hastings 5 Points Bank will play Omaha Westview on Saturday in the first round of the American Division of the Class A State Baseball Tournament at Pavilion La Vista South. The Chiefs are 29-9 in the season after winning the Area 7 tournament on Monday. Westview is 17-23-1 and lost to Elkhorn North 7-3 on the final day of the Area 3 tournament. First pitch will be at 4. We'll have it for you on Extreme Sports, beginning with a pregame show at 3:45 on Saturday. And the other games, Bellevue West will play Millard South at 10, followed by Fremont against Gretna East at 1. The 7 o'clock game will pit Papillion South against Lincoln Southwest. In the National Division at Ryder Park in Grand Island, Elkhorn North will play Papillion at 10, followed by Lincoln North Star against Bennington at 1. At 4, Lincoln East will play Omaha Creighton Prep, followed by Grand Island Home Federal against Kearney Miscos. Those two teams are playing each other for the 6th time this season. Class A Juniors Tournament will be underway on Saturday at Omaha Creighton Prep at 10. Millard North will play Bennington, followed by Lincoln North Star against Millard South. At 4, Papillion will play Lincoln East, followed by Omaha Creighton Prep against Kearney Pinnacle Bank. Elkhorn won the Class B Junior State Championship last night with an 11-0 win over West Point. West Point beat McCook earlier in the day, 11-3. Malcolm won the Class C State Juniors Championship for the 4th year in a row. Malcolm beat Meridian Tri-County in the championship game, 8-0. Hastings Sodbusters game with the Nebraska Prospects was rained out last night. Two teams will play a doubleheader today, beginning at 4:05 at Duncan Field. And the Kansas City Royals beat the Chicago Cubs 8-4 last night. Royals will open up a series with the Cleveland Indians on Friday at Kauffman Stadium. First pitch will be at 7:10. That's a check board's headlines at 7:57.
It's time for a morning weather update on Extreme Sports with Chief Meteorologist Tim Jones.
Starting off Thursday morning with a little patchy fog, and if you don't like the heat and humidity, good news today and tomorrow. We get a break from the heat. 82 is the high today. Mostly cloudy skies. Overnight tonight, we'll have a chance for some showers and thunderstorms. 67 is the low. 79, only the high on Friday. Another chance for area showers and storms off and on during the day. Friday night, 65. Then we're back to the weekend. More sunshine, more heat and humidity with 90s through the weekend.
North winds this morning at 6 miles per hour. It is cloudy. It is 68 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Have you checked the time lately? Good chance a Maletta Vista Winery is open. Hey, this is Mick with an update on our new hours. Tuesday through Sunday, we're open 11:30 to 3, and Fridays and Saturdays 11:30 till 9. Not sure what you want to enjoy when you get here? Well, Maletta Vista features award-winning wine, select beer, spirits, world-class foods, breathtaking views, and live entertainment. Visit MalettaVistaWinery.com. Check out our events page for music schedules and more. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Make your reservations now at Maleta Vista Winery, located on Highway 281, just north of St. Paul.
Conant Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Conant Auto Care is here for you.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
All right, Wilson are brought with you on this Thursday morning, the 24th day of July for 2025. Yeah, I wish it was 14th. Give me back the 10 days.
Give me back June.
So,
Summer.
Yeah.
Julie.
All right, so what's happening today? Jen?
Just work.
I like that.
Done work, back to work. Keeps me out of trouble.
Are you bus today?
I am bartending it today, bustering it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be the final day at the bus. And really the final day for the busters.
It'll be for the busters on Friday. That's every season. In the mixed birth, they didn't win the half.
Didn't win the first.
They're not going to win the half either.
Like, I have to play one baseball, clearly. Win out. Win the double today. Win tomorrow. And for some help. With the game kind of getting moved around, there being double hitters. Be honest with you, having been doing American Legion past 5 days, not really kind of eyeballs, kind of not been paying attention to this. He's like, where are they at? I'm like, I spoke for the past 5 days over in Carly, so I know. And he's like, well, you're an employee, so you should know. I'm like, okay, buddy.
No, this is my gig.
Exactly. I'm like, I have 3 part-time gigs, buddy. Anyways, yeah. Well, hey, let's just win and find right?
Yeah, you go up
today.
Yeah, Busters at what they die for 05.
Yeah.
We're going to play a couple of sitting games, the prospects. 40. So, anyway, we head into the end again. Well, in baseball this weekend, the state tournament from the one of my most favorite places to play. The field is it's close to the restaurant.
I'd say because of its proximity to your restaurant.
Well, the field is nice.
And the field is
the accommodations for us, not with you all first, but somehow make it.
Wiggle and Twisty Test, baby.
Yeah, so it'll be 4 o'clock starting time on Saturday against Westview in the tournament, 3:40 for the pregame show. So, big balls and see what kind of accommodations I'm going to be ready. If you like to listen to it again, you can go to our podcast section, download the podcast, and listen to the show. And again, if you missed the show from yesterday, yesterday, Tim Snowman, the head coach for Adams Central, the youth baseball coach, is on with us for 2 hours today, talking about youth baseball. So if you'd like to listen to that, I encourage you to do so at your convenience. So you got some homework to do. As a listener of this show, you've got some homework to do. Yesterday's show, and then download today's show, and you can top the day, what's been going on.
Speaking of homework, wow, I almost forgot this, baby. The simulations.
Did you get it done?
I did. We simulated Illinois, and I got bad news. We're not going to be sipping any roulette. Maybe the hype might be real on Illinois. We went to Champaign, Illinois.
Yeah.
Went to road game. I kind of see the differences between because you want to get a measure using a lot of different variables. So in Champaign, that contest wasn't so good. That was Illinois 40, Nebraska 27. We went on the road. We were at home. Close. The old quote that we used to get from Frost, where we were close. 3 loss, 27-24. So we lost by a field goal, and we lost by a couple touchdowns on the road. All things being equal, if Illinois was to match up against Nebraska, which they are not matched up on the schedule, I would say Illinois probably touchdown favorite if I was to put heads together based on 2 simulations done.
See? Maybe there's a put together preseason poll and the Cleveland Plain Dealer. No, they're talking.
Cleveland Plain Dealer.
I think they had in the Big Ten preseason poll, and that was seen yesterday when we talked about it. They knew what the hell they were talking about.
It's still a poll.
I know what it is. Remember, I encourage you to play the sim to see how they would fare against Nebraska for 2026. Illinois would beat Nebraska because you thought Nebraska would flip-flop with Illinois in the poll.
And
I know it's the poll.
We'll put an asterisk by it. Because have taken control of this.
No, you're going to fall. I don't know. I know that you're going to be going to play in Nebraska this fall unless you're hiding something.
We hope not. I have to call plays in Nebraska. Things have gone seriously off.
By the way, speaking of Nebraska football, said I follow on Facebook. Ran a sim on Nebraska and Cincinnati, our opening round. It looks kind of encouraging too.
Encouraging or discouraging?
Well,
because the Illinois sim was discouraging.
I know, but you tell me they had Nebraska winning over Cincinnati 48-45.
Oh Jesus!
So is that encouraging or discouraging?
Defense show up a little better than that.
48-45.
We get up 40 to Cincinnati. It's going to be a long-ass season in the Big Ten.
It was sim, I think. Nebraska had to stay in the closing second game.
Is it
sim? Yeah.
Did they sim at Arrowhead? Where'd it go? Cincinnati, Nebraska.
No.
Do like a neutral site game.
Yep. 8:45. We'll get into that as we get closer to the flip season. So, anyway, some things to ponder as we leave you here. Well, then tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, it's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a day.
You've been listening to